Mr. President, you were here 3 times in Toledo in 2016, leading up to the election there. You're back to start out 2020 here, to start off this campaign really in earnest, although you were in Battle Creek not long ago.
Yeah, that's right.
So you're in Toledo. Why are you starting it here this year?
Well, it's Ohio, and it's been a special state for us. This is our first rally of the year, and really the first rally since we go into the new push for 2020. And Toledo's been great. Toledo, Ohio, I have so many friends, but here, but it's a great place, and it's been a little bit lucky, as you say. I think we're probably 3 times we were here. It's really great.
USMCA looks like it's going to pass the full Senate in the not-too-distant future here. Tell the people of Northwest Ohio, the farmers here who have struggled, the auto worker, the manufacturer in Dundee, Michigan, Defiance, Ohio, Toledo, Ohio, that USMCA will help them. How will it do that?
It's going to be tremendous for the farmer, tremendous for the auto workers. You know, we have a whole special thing for the auto workers with Mexico, and we're not going to be taking companies out of our places anymore. It's one of the reasons I ran. If you want to know the truth, I would sit back and as a civilian, I'd say, why are all these companies leaving, going to Mexico, some to Canada, but in the auto case, mostly to Mexico? The tariffs that they put on your farmers were so terrible up into Canada. And all of that goes away. We have an unbelievable situation. People won't be leaving us anymore. The companies aren't going to be moving down. We have a system that is it's an incredible deal. And if it weren't great, if it weren't something that I want, I would have put on tariffs and I would have said, forget it. But when they heard that, they said, we'll give you the point. So this is phenomenal for the farmers. You see what's happening with the farm prices. They're starting to go up now. Now, plus, in addition to that, we just signed, or we're going to be signing on January 15th. I think it'll be January 15th, but shortly thereafter. But I think January 15th, a big deal with China, one of the great deals, with $50 billion being purchased in terms of farmers. And we just signed one with for $40 billion with Japan. South Korea's done, and we have a couple of big ones, but USMCA is going to be fantastic for the farmers, for the auto, for the manufacturers generally.
I want to go back to Tuesday night, about 5:30 local time here in Toledo, in Eastern time. If you can, take us back to what you were thinking about 5:30 when bases with U.S. troops had been attacked by Iran. What were you thinking before you heard, Mr. President, about the possibility of American casualties or damage? What was going through your head?
Well, I thought it was a probability, not even a possibility. We had heard that initially it was 11 and then 12 and then 14 and then ultimately 16 missiles were sent in. We knew pretty much where they were going. We had a lot of great intelligence, frankly, but we knew where they were going, and they were big and they were fast. And I tell you what, we were very happy when we learned not only nobody was killed, but nobody was even hurt. And they landed in areas that were very good as far as I was concerned. So you had 16. I think 4 of them didn't reach the location, and the other 12 were they didn't hit. Perhaps they didn't want to hit, or something happened, but there was nobody hurt, nobody injured. And I think I was very happily surprised.
If Iran were to strike again or threaten to strike, would you consider going to Congress, consulting with Congress about authorization?
Well, you have to keep presidential power, so we'll decide maybe should that happen. I don't see that happening, but we have to have a position where we can do what we have to do if we have to do it. So we're talking right now to Congress. We're negotiating with a lot of different people, but we have to keep that presidential power. You have to be able to make a decision, I mean, literally sometimes on a dime's notice. So we'll be seeing what's going on. I think we're getting some very
You're considering it, though.
No, we're getting some very positive responses from Congress right now. They know what we have to do. As an example, if you look at that, I acted very quickly. We had the #1 terrorist in the world. Should have been killed a long time ago. He should have been taken out really a long time ago by other presidents. I mean, he's been there for a long time, 20 years, probably more than that. Killed a lot of people, killed a lot of Americans. His big thing was roadside bombs. He loved them, and we have so many young men and women walking around without legs and without arms, where the roadside bomb, he was the king of the roadside bomb, and then they got bigger and more powerful to a point where they could take out tanks. And no, he had to go, and he did go, and that was a very fast decision, and you have to be able to make a decision like that as president.
Yesterday morning, before you greeted the press, you said, as long as I'm president, Iran will never have a nuclear, and greeted the country, I should say. You said Iran will never have a nuclear weapon. How can you promise that, guarantee that?
And I started the speech with that, and then I said good morning, right? So, I mean, I wanted people to understand, because it is about that. We can never allow Iran to have a nuclear weapon, and frankly, it's the biggest threat to the world. We can never allow that to happen. The deal they had was a horrible deal. The JCPOA, the deal that was made, the original nuclear deal, didn't cover the right locations. It expires very soon. I mean, if it was to run out, we terminated it, but it expires very soon. You need a lot of length. This is the countries, we're talking about. It's not, you're not renting to a candy store in a shopping center. And so what happened is I terminated it, and I think we're making a lot of progress. We're making a lot of progress, but we took out the #1 terrorist in the world, the #1 terrorist for, decades, and everybody knew it. Nobody wanted to do it. And I did it, and they hit us, and nobody was hurt. Now, you have to understand, when we took him out also, it was not only for what he had done in the past, but in the very immediate, a week before, an American was killed, and a number of other people were very badly injured. They were badly, badly hurt, and this was the work of him also. Plus, he was going after, in our opinion, and our very intelligent opinion, he was going after our embassies, and things could have happened. We had the exact opposite to Benghazi. Benghazi was a disaster, and they didn't have the right, response. And we had rapid response. When I heard that they were surrounding our embassy in Baghdad, I had people there really quickly, and they put it out. They put out that fire. So I think we gave a great response to that. But he was leading the charge, and we took him out.
You said yesterday and told the American public that you believe the military threat had lessened. Iran was standing down. And with that, we're getting warnings from Homeland Security that the cyber threat is up. What is the administration doing to guarantee the safety of our systems, our banking systems, our grids, our computer systems in this country?
Well, it's a great question. Cyber is a whole new thing. It's a whole new field. We have some tremendous people. We're better at cyber than anybody else in the world, but we weren't really using that power, that intellect on cyber. We weren't doing it, and now we are. And I have incredible people in charge of cyber. If we ever get hit, we'll hit very hard. We'll be able to hit very hard. But it's a new form of warfare, and I think we have it very well under control.
Mr. President, thank you.
Thank you very much. Great honor.